Hey guys, you're watching Dirt Bike Channel. I'm your host Kyle Brotherson, and today it's tire changing time, so I want to highlight this tire. Stick around. Okay, so today I'm installing the IRC VE-33s Gekkota tire on this bike. I've already got it over here on the beta, on the rear of that, and I want to put one here on this KTM two-stroke. So I'm just gonna throw this thing on. Now, the reason why I was interested in this tire is because one of my riding buddies who rides a lot kind of turned me onto this tire, and he's like, hey, you gotta give this thing a go, because he'd had some really good luck with it. It's like a hybrid gummy tire. And so I'm like, okay, after I'd heard, I'd gone on rides with him and seen the things that we were doing, and I'd seen how it was treating him, and I'm like, all right, I'll give this thing a go. And so I grabbed a couple of these tires. Now, this is an interesting compound from IRC. And again, it's a hybrid comp. It's like a hybrid trials gummy type deal, but it's got a really aggressive tread pattern on it. And so if you're wondering why I'm breathing hard, it's because I'm pushing down really hard on this. I think we've got it in. So this is a really cool kind of combination tire that can do a lot of things. Let me reframe the shot so I can actually be spooning this on while we talk. So everybody is looking for, this tire that lasts forever and has amazing performance. And I'm just gonna go out and burst your bubble and tell you that that tire doesn't really exist. Tire companies can either make a tire that performs really, really well, or they can make a tire that lasts a long time. But making the tire that performs amazing and lasts forever, that tire is like a unicorn. They don't really exist. Now, some tires are better than others, and also it depends on where you want to ride and what the conditions are, to have the best outcome. But this tire here from IRC, this VE-33s Gekkota tire, is a gummy compound with a really aggressive tread pattern here. And it's not a super soft gummy. So this isn't the kind that just, burns up after one ride. Like if you're doing a really super soft gummy, they get amazing performance, amazing traction, but they will wear out really quickly. This tire is trying to kind of cut the difference a little bit, and it is kind of, from what I've seen so far on the beta over there, and from listening to Tyler talk about it with his experience in the last couple of tire changes, this thing is very good at kind of cutting that difference, and I think it's going to be phenomenal. Well, I already know it is. I have 5 hours on the beta over there with this same tire, so I'm going to put it here on the two-stroke and see how we do. Oh goodness, I'm gonna have to take a smaller bite. So, there we go. And obviously I'm running this with tubeless. It's cool because it's got a stiff sidewall, but then kind of that gummy compound up on top. There we go. Not the stiffest sidewall that I've ever used. But it's a really cool balance between the two, and I'm going to find out how much time it goes, how long it takes. Now how long I can ride it. I generally am not running my tires for more than about 20 hours. Some tires I don't like to do more than 10, and other tires I'll take to 20, 25. I haven't had a tire last me 30 hours for a really long time. I'm going to put some goop inside this tire and air it up. I should make it clear that I'm not actually putting slime in this tire. I'm actually going to be using this multi-seal tire sealant in the tire here. And I do that just because if you do get a puncture, they seem to seal up a little bit faster and a little bit better with something like that. I also have used this Stan's no tubes tire sealant in the past. I think that works better than the actual slime stuff. Anyway, so I'm gonna put air. I've actually lubed up the entire bead with Armor All. That's all I use. I'm gonna air up my high pressure side on this tubeless. As much air as I can put in it. There we go. You can actually hear that pop. Doesn't always do that. Anyway, and now I'm gonna dump some of this tire sealant in here. I've got the valve core out of my low pressure side, and I'm just gonna hopefully do this without making a massive mess. Force some of this sealant down in there by giving it a squeeze. Anyway, so I'm pretty excited about this tire. As I mentioned already, I've got a few hours on this tire on the beta already, and it's performing really, really well. Super aggressive and gummy enough that it gets super good traction on the rocks, but it's also very good in the mud. So it's trying to cut the difference and become that unicorn that we're all so desperately searching for. So this isn't a full review of this tire or anything because I don't have enough hours on it, but I will hopefully do a full wrap-up review on the tire once I've got more time. Man, that stuff is slick. Just a quick tip here. Every once in a while when you're beating up a tire here with tubeless, once you get some pressure in this tire, like I put 30 pounds of pressure in the low pressure side, you'll hear leaking coming out of the valve stem. And I think that's because it's not making a perfect bead around the tire. So I let all the air back out, I pop the bead. I don't always have to take the tire off, but I'll pop the bead and sometimes even spin the tire just a little bit and then air things back up, and it usually takes care of it. So that's what happened here. So basically what I do is I'll air up a tire and I'll put 30 pounds of pressure in the low pressure side, and this is tubeless of course. I'll put 30 pounds of pressure in there in the low pressure side, and I've got to get a new ratchet because this freaking thing sometimes doesn't work for me. New ratchet. Anyway, as I was saying before, that ratchet made me lose my train of thought. I'll put 30 PSI in there and just kind of let the beads seat and everything overnight before I go to do a ride. And that way I know the tire is going to be good and it's going to hold air and going to not give me any problems. So that's it, guys. Stay tuned later on during the summer as I talk a little bit more about this IRC VE-33s Gekkota tire. Pretty cool tire, and I'm excited to put some more time on it and really put it through its paces. If you like these videos, please remember to use the links down in the description. That's how I support my family now. YouTube ad revenue is garbage. So the links, if you click on those links down in the description of the videos, that helps me out. I've also got Patreon. You can go over there and give a monthly tip amount. And stay tuned because every once in a while we do dirt bike sweepstakes where I give away a dirt bike. And you can get entered into those sweepstakes by buying shirts or different items, bar pads, some different things that we've got going on. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys later.